Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cool. And that'll be fine. I won't do this one too much.
You're fantastic. Okay. All right. Shall we start?
Yeah, we should probably start, because otherwise I'll just spend the whole day styling the room.
You spend the whole day fidgeting, fixing something, fixing either the window or you guys. You start fixing me in a minute.
No, you're perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
here we are at Value of a Woman. And hello to all the mums, dads, grandpas, grandmas, husbands, wives, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, everybody.
Unborn children.
So here we are, and I've got Juliette with me today. Now, Juliette is an amazing woman that I've known for quite some time, and I'm bringing her in, and this is one of the interviews that we'll be doing on this channel. So hello, Juliette.
Hello. Well, what a beautiful intro, and absolutely same to you.
Thank you for being here with us, and I really
Welcome.
appreciate it, because this channel is about women. So it's not just about me talking about women, it's actually having women communicate on here. So yourself and many others will also be communicating on this channel, which is
Love it.
fantastic,
Yeah.
because it's a group thing
Yeah.
together.
Very natural chat,
Very natural.
conversation.
Yes. So I have my interview sitting here, so I may look
Yeah.
at you and then look
Yep.
away at this
Go
sometimes.
back to your teleprompter.
Back to my teleprompter. So what I thought, how about if we start off with first question. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, a little bit about myself. So I grew up in the UK. I was lucky enough to come here when I was just 3 years old. Fell in love with the the sky and the beaches and
Oh yeah, the beach.
beach.
Absolutely.
I'm a
Come
beach
to
baby.
Australia.
Yeah, come to Australia and just like the joy of the natural beauty in the environment, hey, and the space. It's very
Nice.
unique. Yeah.
Good. How old are you?
I'm now half a century.
She looks amazing.
Thank
Seriously.
you.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Well, likewise. But yeah, look, I actually feel I think I probably feel way more comfortable, confident in myself now than I ever did, that whole 18 to sort of like late 30s, early 40s was just hard, like it is for most women, I think.
It's a discovery stage, I think.
It is. Yeah.
Who am I?
I know, and you're trying to work out, navigate everything around like what do people think, caring so much about what other people think, and then figuring out, well, I want what I want, but how do I be myself, and what do other people expect of me, and how should I be, and all these things that you don't realize how illogical those questions are, I don't think, until you actually just start to realize, hang on a minute, people are going to think whatever they think, no matter what I say or do. They're going to like me no matter what I say or do, or not like me no matter what I say or do. True. And, the freedom that comes from that later is just so liberating, I think. And I like to look after myself well. I've learned, that it's really valuable to look after one's health and well-being.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, not trying to be that skinny, ideal, whatever beauty standard might be at the time or whatever. It's just not about that. It's like,
which on that point is interesting, because growing up in Australia, there is definitely this set idea as to the body shape.
Yes.
And even the clothes that are promoted, the models that are used, it's all this certain body shape.
The size you should be, the measurements, the weight you should be, whatever.
Whereas now, I've been living in Africa for a while now, and in Africa, the women are bootylicious.
Yeah.
and they look incredible, and the clothing and the
Wow.
colors is amazing, and there really isn't any attention. There's no attention on what size is she. It just
Yeah.
isn't a thought over there.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I know, which
Yeah.
is a very different way of different guidance for the women on that subject.
Yeah,
You
whole
know,
different viewpoint, isn't it? Because
yeah,
I mean, I've had friends, as a teenager that were very slim and very sort of modelly looking, and they would get a fair bit of like, oh, you're too skinny, because of that evaluation that
yeah,
people have to be a certain way. So
yeah.
I think it just takes all the pressure off for everyone, and then it's like the focus is just flow, just be yourself, create your own aesthetic, and when you're doing that, there's no right or wrong. It's like
No,
it flows naturally.
it's focus on being what you feel good being.
That's
You
right.
know, whether that's weight, whether that's who you are as a person, whether that's your creativity, but whatever it is, it's you.
Yeah, that's right. And then it's real per your own standards of like what
Yes.
you observe, what your personal integrity is then. And I feel like that's what it comes down to, isn't it? When you know your own personal integrity, your own boundaries, you then are able to be yourself.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah,
I
and
agree.
it's that.
Very good points.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
move
You
on
too.
from that question. We know a bit about Juliet. The next thing that I want to know about Juliet is, have you got a partner?
Oh, yeah. Well, lovely that you asked.
Yes.
Yeah, because I've spent probably about 17 years being single. Uh,
Hang on a minute. Let me just ask why. Why? Because you're intelligent, gorgeous, you spread like all this light and color wherever you go. And why single for 17 years?
Yeah, well, good question. I mean, like it wasn't necessarily the easy option, but at the same time, it was the wise option because yeah, as a young person, I just didn't have that compass as to my own value. As a person, I didn't see those things. Like I knew that I was good but my confidence level was just so fragile, I think, that,
Mm,
I'd be swayed by, personalities that are a little bit dominating or, they would evaluate this or that about me and
are you
I'd
sa-
suffer.
are you saying that your prior, like, because obviously if you're separate for 17 years and you had a partner prior to that, were they a stronger
They were,
character?
yeah, look, I wouldn't say they were a strong, I knew by that stage that I did have a strong character, but my boundaries were way too loose. I was way too forgiving and accepting, and I had
Mm,
a view. I think probably just it was a learning process on my own viewpoint as to what's acceptable for me. Like it's okay to have boundaries as to what
right.
I accept.
Yeah.
And if I feel shitty around somebody, once or twice, and I bring it up to them, and they either understand it and they kind of go, oh, they respect that I'm
Mm,
bringing something up. Or, in this case, this guy really was very selfish. I now realize,
hmm.
but at the time, he had a lot of red flags. Like we're talking some major red flags, like previous alcoholic, heavy drugs.
Oh, wow.
You
And were
know,
those red flags there when you picked him?
Well, they were, but you see, what this is where it comes in this idea that, oh, but he's working on himself, he's changing.
Ah, yeah.
Because when I first met him, I was like, oh, the red flag was clear. I was like, no, he's too grumpy, he's got stuff going on, too much
Right.
baggage.
Right.
But he was very physically attractive, you know.
Oh, so it was the good looks
It
that
was
like pulled you in.
it got my attention, and then those buff arms and whatever. We're
Who
all a bit of a
we're
sucker.
all guilty of having been drawn in by those nice muscles and pecs, haven't we?
That's
I think we
right.
all did, particularly when you were younger. It's like what was your attention on when you were younger? It was first how cute he was.
Yeah, the cuteness factor.
Then does he have a sexy voice?
Yes, that's
It
right.
was like these were the priorities, and boy, do they change.
Right.
Your priorities completely change. Now, at 50, my priorities have almost like flipped.
Yeah, like that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's not, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because yeah, on the surface this guy was attractive, he was capable, highly intelligent, but uh and he was also a beautiful musician, played the guitar,
Oh,
sang.
wow.
He loved
On
dancing.
paper, he was
He was
incredible.
paper, he was a tick.
It was incredible.
That's right, and creative and all these things. And in many ways, he would validate, those things in me, like my creativity. And we
So
seemed,
he saw your creativity because he was a creative. Like
that's
he had his attention on
right.
those things.
Yeah, and actually, interestingly, he kind of drew some of that out of me. He kind of imbued
Wow.
confidence in me to start singing and songwriting and play,
That's
learn the
amazing.
guitar. That's right. But red flags, like there was this undercurrent of like I would feel small or less
Than
when I was
him.
with him. Yeah. And there was a sort of a game he would play of like, yeah, he'd build me up a bit, but then he'd find ways to, like I had a terrible weakness of being late all the time, which is obviously
Right.
a total nightmare in a friend
Right.
or in a relationship. But
Yeah.
but he would kind of set them up against his own weaknesses, like, he was a heavy smoker, and like he wasn't very considerate, heavy smoker, so I had to sort of start putting boundaries in, like, oh, I'm just not going to survive in this relationship unless you don't smoke close to me or in my house or in my space.
Right. Right. Fair enough.
But,
Yes.
things like that. So that was fine. That was, but it became apparent that he had a porn addiction
Which
later.
I'm going to stop there on that one and just make a point is it seems, and you know what? I'm not going to hold either side accountable, whether it's the media, whether it's the person themselves. But I've worked a lot with families in the past. I don't like to call myself, I wouldn't say I'm a counselor, but I have worked one-on-one with families and with partners in the past over the years. And
really.
thank you. And it's been discovered in each and every instant that quite often one of the issues that come up in a family is that someone's hiding something that they're doing, right?
Yes, the hiding factor.
The hiding factor. But the thing for men that is so common and it's almost become a normal thing is the porn.
Yeah.
It's without getting into detail, but that seems to be something that we're running into in society, that there's this hidden life going on with.
In some circles it's very acceptable, almost. Like the women get into it too.
That's true.
I feel that they're more inclined to get drawn into it to sort of try to match the guy.
It's a very good point, actually, to kind of go, well, if you're doing it, I'll do it too.
That's right. So they don't feel left out.
Yeah, and that way we're both doing it. Because quite often the woman doesn't want to lose the relationship.
That's
so
right.
So then she's like, well, if I do it as well, then we're both doing it.
That's right. And then I'm not, maybe they have an idea that they're not interesting enough.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Which I honestly, personal opinion, I don't think men do that for love.
Not at all.
The pornography is nothing to do with love.
Nothing to do with.
There is nothing to do with love.
Even really attraction, I don't think.
It's not even to do with anything with attraction.
There's no emotion attached
to it. There's not. It's literally, I know that I can do this activity and it makes me feel good.
Yeah, I think that's how it starts off. But what I've observed as well, like as time goes by, like it's very degrading to that man. Like even as a young man, a middle-aged, a man when he's in his prime, like there's no need for a man to use that when they're in their prime. If there was any need, it would be like.
But how do you feel like elaborate on that, because I
Mhm.
know that viewers are going to be going, what do you mean it degrades them? Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean by that?
Well, like I had a good friend, for example, that was sort of like mid 50s, and he has a younger wife. She's very like cute and hot and all the rest of it, right? But she's aware that he has this porn addiction,
Mm-hmm.
and she knows that it actually his libido is comes right down because he's wasting his energy on this stupid pornography.
Oh, that's right.
But it's yeah,
All his energy goes over there. So
that's
then he's not
right.
really interested in the bedroom.
That's right.
And I have a really good point to add on that.
Yeah.
Is I thought to myself, it's almost like pornography has now made people lazy in the area of creating in the relationship,
Yep. Yep.
because now I don't, if I want to get off, I don't have to go through the, let's set up a dinner and let's have foreplay and let's do all these things
Yeah.
to get to that climax point, that point of what
Yeah, that's right.
feels
Yeah,
really
that's
good
right.
together.
That's
I
right.
don't
And the
need to do,
connection.
yeah, any
Yeah.
of that work.
And that's a really huge point, because I think the biggest thing I've noticed is that even one time, two time, three times, or the more this guy is engaging with pornography, the more he's breaking his connection with his
With his
wife,
wife.
but also, of course, with his children.
Oh, yeah, because it's also another hidden activity he's doing.
Yeah,
It's not like he comes out to his children in the morning. He said, how is everyone this morning? Okay, good. What did you do last night? Well, I masturbated.
yeah,
It's not like
that's right.
he's not going to tell his children
No,
that.
it's not like you're going to go, oh, yeah, what should we do this time? Oh, well, let's just sit down and put a porn movie on.
No.
Let's invite some friends over. You know, it.
I know. I have heard of that type of thing happening, but I don't.
Probably
It's not
could.
something you would do with your family, is
No,
it?
that's right. It would happen, between a group of guys, or maybe even some girls present, whatever. But it's, generally, like when that situation is not just a one-off, like, oh yeah, we tried that, wasn't, let's not do it again. It wasn't, whatever. You have your experiments and you make your mistakes growing up and all that stuff. But yeah, when it becomes a habitual,
Part of your life. Like
yeah,
I go to the gym every morning, and now all of a sudden I'm going to watch porn and masturbate every morning. It's a big part of your life.
that's right. It becomes part of your
And it's a big
routine.
part of your life that you're not communicating about, because we don't go around saying, hi, how are you, mate? Yeah, I had a good masturbate this morning.
Yeah,
Do you know?
right. Feeling really
we,
fulfilled.
we don't go around and talk about it. So we're all walking around with this big secret.
That's it. Yeah, and it's a shame. It's even
It
if
is.
the guy thinks it's okay. Like, obviously, you get the whole spectrum of really
Everyone's got a
narcissistic
different, yeah,
types of
yeah,
people
everyone's
who.
got different situations.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. But deep down, they know it's wrong. Even if they're a
Mm.
pretty bad person, they basically know it's
Well, if
violating.
if you thought it was right, you would be telling everyone.
That's right. That's
We
right.
don't hide successful things. No one hides that they did really well at work, or they won something that week, or they got a trophy, or they're competing for some big
Yeah,
tournament,
they'd
or
be like
they're starting a
feel
business, or
proud to share that. Also,
you,
even if they're
yeah,
shy, they'd
you
feel
still,
proud
yeah,
for people to know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas for some reason, this subject, even though from many angles we're trying to find ways to make it right or okay,
yeah, make it cool or make it
but
this or
it's
that.
still,
Pleasure factor, I think, is highly overrated.
yeah,
It's
but
really
it's still at a point where it's not something we just freely talk about at a cafe with the guy making the coffee.
that's right. That's
So,
right.
which means there's got to be something about it that's not quite right, or not so survival.
That's right. That is
It's
actually a bit
interesting.
destructive.
I'm going to put a
Yeah.
pause in here because we've gotten so excited, the two of us talking,
Gotten off
that
track?
no,
No?
no, this is fantastic. So I'm going to put in a pause, and we're
Commercial
going to
break.
give you a little commercial break, and we're going to come back for part 2 of this interview with Juliette, and I will ask the remaining of my questions.
Yeah.
So don't go anywhere. Have a coffee, go make another coffee, and come back.
Feel
Okay.
free to ask questions.
Yes, you can in the comments below. All right, we'll see you shortly. Thanks, guys.